The Lord found Elijah in that cave. He had never lost sight of Elijah anyway. God knows exactly where His children are at all times. He's always closer than a brother. We're under His hands tonight, under His protection. And He's never far behind. That little bitty glimmer of light that you can see in your darkness, that's Jesus. Now the question arises, what does God do to us to rise us up and walk in victory? What methods will God use to speak to us? How can we hear Him? Sometimes He's not in the big shouts. Sometimes He's not in the earthquakes. But He's just in that still small voice. The answers to those questions can vary greatly, for we cannot put God in a box and say this is the only way. But let's examine what happens to Elijah in his cave of depression and see how deliverance comes. 1 Kings 19:11. And he said, Go forth and stand up on the mount before God. And behold, the Lord passed by. He passed by tonight. And a great and strong wind rent the mountains, and brake in pieces the rocks before the Lord, but the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the great earthquake a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. But after the fire a still small voice. Sometimes He's not in the earthquake. Sometimes He's not in the wind. Sometimes He's not in the fire. But He's in that still small voice. Listen to that still small voice tonight.